Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. That'll be tomorrow. Tonight, the taping on Wednesday night. So happy Thanksgiving to all the Sports Talk with the Cowboy fans and viewers and everyone else. Go ahead and enjoy that turkey tomorrow and some good football. Tonight, we're going to have a special Thanksgiving show. We're going to discuss, since the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a bye this week, the state of the season, where we go from here, what's next, which is the Cleveland Browns this coming up Sunday up in Cleveland. We're 5-5. We've had the bye week. We've picked up some momentum after the win against the Rams. We picked up some momentum with a good game against the Seattle Seahawks in Munich. And now we got to put it on the line and get out there in these last 7 games and make some noise and win this Southern Division of the NFC. We've got an opportunity to do it. We're a game ahead of the Atlanta Falcons, and we need to get busy and win these Cleveland games. And looking back on the season, we all know the offensive line was weak after game 2. We could see it real well when it started after the Chiefs game. We couldn't get any running game going. We've had the worst running yardage total of any Tampa Bay Buccaneer team in the history of the Buccaneers. Now, that's back to 1976. And sadly, that's how old I am. I was there in 76. I've seen some terrible running games over the course of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers history. We had the worst in history. That speaks for itself. And because of that, we had the greatest quarterback of all time. We couldn't get any points scored. We got beat by Pittsburgh. We got beat by Carolina. Terrible. But we did come back and beat the Rams. I think the burden off our shoulders was lifted. And then we went over to Munich and had a real good game against the Seattle Seahawks. So we've got to look forward to a good stretch here, these last 7 games. Try to win as many as we can. We still have inconsistency because we're 5-5. If we were better than that, you could say we're a little bit consistent. We're 5-5. We're inconsistent. But we're able now with these last 7 games with the bye to maybe go out and win most of these last 7 games. Rashad White will be running the ball more than Leonard Fournette, and maybe the change at left guard will help, and it has helped so far. Luke Genicke's not in there. So now maybe we have some cohesiveness and we can move on. We have Akeem Hicks back last game, and it surely helped us in the middle, helping Vita Vea on the run. Devin White had a good game. We had some good cornerback play. We got Whitehead back. So these things are all helping us propel us to a playoff berth, and that's what we're after. But we need that consistency. We need to have a good game against Cleveland on Sunday up in Cleveland. We need to go up there and win this game convincingly. And if we can win, if we've seen this offense really do good, it runs, it passes. You can't have one without the other. And now with Rashad White, now we got Fournette back here, and we've got Keyshawn Vaughn, Gianardi Bernard back off the injured reserve. Now we got 4 backs. So we can get maybe some fluid offense, help the defense, keep them to have to play all the time. When we were having no offense, we're punting every 8 straight times in a row against the Carolina Panthers. We punted 1, 2, 3 out punt. So it's terrible when you don't have a running game. So with all that said, maybe we can see some influence going forward. I don't believe the Bucs are being coached properly. I don't believe Byron Leftwich is a good offensive coordinator. I have my doubts of Todd Bowles being a head coach. But we have the greatest football player that's ever played as a quarterback. Maybe his marital problems now behind him will get him settled down a little bit. They look good or better than they had all year against the Seattle Seahawks in Munich. We've got to pray that's what's going to happen this Sunday up in Cleveland. We'll keep you posted. We want to keep it real with you and tell you that we have these inconsistencies. Y'all, the Bucs fans that follow this program, that love the Bucs, know this is not the team that won the Super Bowl. This is not the team. It's not the offensive line, the defensive line. It's not any of the team that won the Super Bowl. Is this a Super Bowl team, Cowboy? I think it can be if it gets into the playoffs. If it can get in the playoffs and be consistent and find a rhythm. You need to have a rhythm going in these last 7 games. The good teams have got rhythm. The good teams have got rhythm, and they're picking up some players to help them before the trade deadline. The Bucs did not do that. They did not, okay? Jason Light did not pick an offensive lineman up when our center Jensen went out. He did not. And the offensive line has been terrible this year, just absolutely terrible. Let's not kid ourselves anymore about it. And this is why we have failed, and this is why we are 5-5. No offensive line, receivers that they counted on in Jones and in Gage not showing up, Akeem Hicks being hurt, and a pass rush that was non-existent, and non-good tackling by the linebacker core of Devin White. That is what has happened to the 5-5 team. Terrible offensive play calling by Byron Leftwich, but we've got it to 5-5. We got to ride on and ride this out and get into the playoffs. And Cleveland is the first stop this Sunday. Get out there and root the Bucs on. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get come Sunday. That's the big key. What do we get? Y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll watch the NFL. There's a lot of games on Thanksgiving Day. You've got the 3 games starting at 12:30 with the Lions and the Bills, 4 o'clock Cowboys and the Giants, and 8:30 the Patriots and the Vikings. Those are 3 games, and Cowboys, you pick them this week. 5 games a week, and there's 3 of them. The other 2 are the Bucs, and of course the Browns, and the Eagles and the Packers. Those are your 5 games this week on you pick. Cowboys pick them. Get in the comments, send them on, get in the contest. This is week 12. There's also a lot of pivotal games this week that we need to follow, like the Commanders playing the Texans. If the Commanders can win, they're moving up in that division. And follow it all, because we're getting into a point now. These wild cards are going to be determined. These division champions in the next 3 weeks are going to start taking form and take shape. And we're going to see who's going to make it to the playoffs. And that's the key. Who's going to make it? And we need to follow all the games and get those 5 games picked and get them sent in. By eating turkey tomorrow, you can enjoy it and enjoy getting in the contest. Send it, put in your comments and send it to us. Big college rivalries on Friday, as y'all know. Ohio State and Michigan. Florida State, Indiana, Purdue, all the major contests, rivalry games, Auburn and Alabama, the Orange Bowl, these games are played this weekend, week before the conference champions. So all you college football fans, and we're fans of college football here at Sports Talk with Cowboy, get in there and enjoy Friday and Saturday, because you waited all year for it, and the rivalry weekend is amongst us. All the games I mentioned starting on Friday and Saturday, from daylight to after midnight. It's Friday and Saturday. So get to your TV sets and enjoy that college football. And we'll see who the Final 4 will be that will be selected to play in the bowl games to go to the national championship game, which is the Super Bowl of college football, as we say here. So keep your eyes on that TV. Get in this contest. Enjoy Thanksgiving. And DJX, what do you got for me tonight?
Well, Cowboy, you know how we do it. Happy Thanksgiving, buddy.
God bless you. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
All right. Who will be Jets quarterback in 2023? Zach Wilson has been benched. Who will start next year? Jimmy Garoppolo, Derek Carr, Lamar Jackson.
Derek Carr from the Oakland Raiders, or Las Vegas Raiders. He'll be their quarterback.
All right. That was quick. That was real quick.
That was who's going to be.
Didn't take you no time to think of that one.
$120 million contract with the Raiders guaranteed. Somebody's got to come up with the money. Mm-hmm. What bigger market than the Jets? They need a quarterback. He's the guy.
Right. All right. Rams rule out quarterback Matthew Stafford for week 12 versus the Chiefs.
He's out. He's had a concussion. He has no offensive line whatsoever. They're killing him. They're beating him down like a hammer on a nail, and they beat him down, and they've got 2 concussions already this year. He's out. Don't worry about it. The Rams are through. They're 3-7. They're done. Mm-hmm. They're done like a 15-minute steak, ladies and gentlemen. They're through. So, why kill a guy? I mean, let him let this concussion take its course. And it's the second one, so he's ruled out.
All right. Dolphins signed defensive tackle Justin Zimmer off Bills practice squad.
Got him off the practice squad. Again, they're adding to the depth of their team, like we said before. They're adding the depth that they need to make the run to the Super Bowl. Add the pieces. If a player goes down, you can't afford to say it's another week. You don't have another week. You got to have a guy to go in. So whatever you can do to improve your team, I'll say this. I've got to say it, DJX. Adonican Sue signed with the Philadelphia Eagles. Mm-hmm. That's right, Adonican Sue, who we wanted and said we should have had, and we still need. Philadelphia Eagle. Philadelphia Eagles making a run to the Super Bowl. You heard it here first from the Cowboys.
All right.
Now, they got beat by but Washington beat them. They ran on them. Mm-hmm. Well, they're not running on Adonican Sue, buddy.
Right.
And I can tell you right now, he is the GOAT of the defensive line. He is the GOAT of the defensive tackle. He's going to be wearing a yellow jacket at Canton in the Hall of Fame. And the Philadelphia Eagles got enough right here in their mind. Here's $8 million. Come on back and play with us. Take you a couple of weeks to get ready. It'll be about the end of the season. That's when we need you.
Yeah.
Okay, get ready for the Philadelphia Eagles. They're making a run.
They're coming strong.
They're coming.
All right, I'm going to switch lanes a little bit, and I'm going to close it out right here. Kevin Durant clapped back at a fan, a 76ers fan, for saying something smart. Here go the sound bite.
I can hear your drunk ass.
So you can hear his drunk ass.
Yeah, well, you know, basketball players have been in this controversy, and Kevin Durant's caught up in it too. The fans are down there near the court. They can get to them real easy. They're not separated, if you've noticed, if you've ever been in an NBA game. They're probably the closest to you can get as a professional sport. Hockey's got their entrance, kind of you can't get past the glass. Football, you're up a little bit higher. Baseball, they're in the dugout. You can't get to them as easy. They go into the dugout after the game. You don't be able to see them.
Right.
Basketball, they're right there.
Right there.
Right there, floor level. They can get to you. That's why your basketball just seems to have more player-fan confrontation.
All the time.
And, you know, people get fed up with it. They get fed up with it sometimes. They're mad. They get fed up with it. They hear it. Pop off. It's common. And if you notice, it's really common. It's really common more in basketball. You know, it just really is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you don't hear about that.
Now, we did see it the other night. I watched where a wide receiver from the Raiders pushed one of the cameramen when he was going down the tunnel.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
And you can see that happening too, shoving somebody when they're trying to get into the tunnel. So I think it's been up frustration, but it happens a lot in basketball.
Right.
I guess Durant just got tired of it and
Yeah, it do.
bought back Boney.
Exactly. All right, that's what I got for you tonight.
Well, God bless you, DJX. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
And for this staff to come out here and shoot this show on Thanksgiving Eve, I thank every one of them for being away with their families. Most people are at home right now with their families preparing for Thanksgiving. So I give a shout out to everybody that's out here tonight preparing this show. And I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a quick summary of what's going on this weekend. I want you to enjoy your family. Those are the most sacred times in your life. Don't let them go by you. And enjoy them with sports. And then you've got just an extra plus. So until next week, have a happy Thanksgiving. And God bless you, Cowboy out.